As we continue to feel the worsening effects of climate change, the threats of a changing world are becoming more clear. However, while the majority of the discussion focuses on how the weather will become more extreme, climate change's influence is far reaching. As we put more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, it changes the very nature of the environment, including our crops. The United States is responsible for 25% of the world's grain production, which includes crops like rice, wheat, and corn. The industry is a staple of the American economy. However, it is being threatened by anthropogenic carbon dioxide. As humans produce more carbon dioxide from activities such as burning fossil fuel, CO2 stays in the atmosphere and forms a growing blanket over the planet which stops solar heat from escaping. Over time, this causes the entire planet to get warmer and drives climate to change. As the climate warms, the conditions that key crops need to survive are shifting north. Already, the USDA classification for agricultural zones has shifted since the 1970s, and future predictions only show the zones shifting further and further northwards. By 2040, the colder agricultural zones will be significantly decreased in the United States. This means that many of the conditions needed to support these crops can simply just shift out of the United States. Overall, the United States will likely experience severe disruptions in the production of grain and other crops, which could cause a rise of food insecurity and negatively affect the health of millions of individuals. However, carbon dioxide isn't only affecting the conditions in which we grow crops, but it's fundamentally affecting the basic quality of these plants. Plants inherently need carbon dioxide to survive. However, it tends to be a limiting factor in nature. Because of the relatively low concentration of carbon dioxide, plants have historically had higher concentrations of nitrogen and protein and other micronutrients. However, since the 1970s, there's been a 23% increase in CO2 due to anthropogenic activities. This rise in CO2 has caused an increase in carbon in these plant tissues, leading to the dilution of the amounts of nitrogen, protein, and micronutrients. Evidence has been found that shows that this phenomena occurs in several staple crops, like wheat, rice, potato, and barley. A reduction in plant nutrients obviously has severe implications for human health. In the developing world where meat is scarce, plants are the main source of protein. Simultaneously, the lack of micronutrients will create a hidden hunger, which is when someone may have a normal BMI, their body is actually starving for essential vitamins and minerals. Micronutrient deficiency negatively affects metabolism, brain development in children, and weakens the immune system. Overall, this means the most impoverished people in the world will have their health disproportionately affected by climate change. Climate change will not only affect every person on the planet, but it will fundamentally change the functions of the environment. The increase in carbon dioxide will cause agricultural zones to shift and decrease the nutritional quality of our crops. All of this could potentially cause a rise in food insecurity across the globe. However, should we begin to prepare now, we can work to make our agricultural systems more resilient to these coming changes.